レビが眩しいそよ風の坂道偶然に会えたとあなたは思ってる片思いずっと続くつもりで立ち止まる春をそっと見つめたありがとうさりげない明るい日差し今目覚めた聞いてあるか恋のリズムあなたの胸まで届けたいそしてあれが耳を澄まし二人のメロディー気づいてね
The nicest way from Yonge to Bay. That was the slogan while passing through the Cumberland Terrace Mall in Toronto, Canada for nearly half a century. October 14th, 1974 was the opening day of this Yorkville neighborhood shopping center, which acted as a vessel for people to get to the subway station and also catch a bite to eat or a new pair of shoes. But long before retail dominated the space, something far more grim occupied this plot of land. And for the first time in this channel's history, the term dead mall might actually be an accurate description. I suppose some context would go a long way, no? You see, before Cumberland Terrace was a retail destination, a long time before to be precise, it was Toronto's first non-denominational cemetery. Yes, you heard me right. Decades before it was an all but deceased mall, it quite literally held the dead. Originally called Potter's Field, then York General Burying Ground, and finally Toronto General Burying Ground, the area was quite literally a graveyard hosting unfortunate victims of typhoid, cholera, and diphtheria. The cemetery operated until the 1850s when it was closed down. However, the macabre truth is most remains were left and possibly still exist underneath the mall. Jamie Bradburn, a local historian, claims most were legally moved somewhere else, but some do dispute those claims. The property sat empty for a good while, and then as the next decade rolled through, various businesses of the time and other establishments called the area home, including a bar that is very much worth mentioning. In 1944, North America, amongst others, were boasting about the successes of World War II, and Canada, more specifically, felt adored of its beloved Royal Canadian Air Force. Hence, the Pilot Tavern was opened at 800 Yonge, right where Cumberland sits today. The bar actually was dry until 1949, when they obtained their liquor license, and it was quite the popular spot for many years. In 1972, when the two-bloor office tower and mall were being constructed, Pilot was given the boot to a new location, and legend has it that the locals loved it so much they helped move furniture and bar stools to help hasten its reopening at its new location. The bar is still very much in operation today, albeit with a much different look. This tavern was legendary, and even some very notable events and visitors were there in its heyday. Bob Dylan met his band here and hired them for a tour. Music icon Gordon Lightfoot frequented here, and legendary Gord Downie of the Tragically Hip was also a patron. Music was not the only noteworthy occupational guest, as Martin Short and Eugene Levy were often spotted here writing comedy pieces. But now on to the main attraction, the mall. Opening in the fall of '74, accompanied by a busy subway station and a fresh new parking garage across the street, Cumberland seemed set up for prosperity. A two-story DeBoer's Furniture opened. Think of like a high-end Raymore and Flanagan's for those in the States. And the mall was off and running. From here, the story goes from inspirational to predictable. The mall hosted antique shows in the 80s and was doing quite well. By the way, there was a local story in the paper about a Toronto woman who was breastfeeding and was told that she wasn't allowed to do that in public. Oh my, how the times have changed. And then we had our slowly decline through the years, as Toronto slowly morphed into a mega city and retailers moved to a more luxurious high-end part of the city. The last holdout of the mall was the food court, as it served as a lunch spot for the white-collar crowd. The mall has continued to decline, and the lunch halls have been walled off and the benches are long gone. Now, present day, the mall only remains as a pass-through for subway goers, as most of them walk through the half-century-old halls, passing traces of a time long gone. Most barely notice or have a thought of its once significant role in the city. It has been bought and sold many times, and plans of redevelopment have stalled time and time again. One reason why construction and subsequent demolition has been delayed so long is that the logistical challenges with redeveloping the site exist. The mall sits on top of an active subway line, and you would also have to close the existing tunnel, hence blocking the entrance to a busy thoroughfare without a replacement entrance. Most tenants have been cleared from the site for almost a year, but the mall remains in its current status. You know, this place really is fantastic. It truly is a one-of-a-kind, unique inner city structure. While its future may be uncertain, it definitely was great to be able to check this location out. It's one that I didn't really know about. You know, there are lots of malls in Canada that I've been meeting with some friends recently that I'm going to try to check out and branch my wings out and just get more international as we go here, because the malls in the U.S. have just been beaten to death. But the Canadian ones seem to be a little bit more on the untouched side. So maybe you'll see some more Canadian ace here in the not so near future. So I'm just going to wrap up this nice little video here with a couple thoughts and on the mall and just a couple things that I want to mention. So once again, this property is currently just kind of sitting in limbo with the infrastructure challenges that it possesses. It's hard to know what exactly it's going to happen, but Toronto is growing like crazy. The biggest city in Canada, basically Canada's New York City. So I'm sure at some point they'll figure out something to get this property up and modernized, as unfortunate as it is, because this place is a real gem. I wish I could have gotten here to see it before the food court was walled off, but the security folks there were nice enough to let me pop inside and get a couple seconds of video of that food court shot you saw there just a little while ago. So just want to mention a couple quick things here that are not related to the video. You guys know me, I always speak my mind. A couple people have commented on different little technical issues with these videos, and I'm just going to tell you one thing. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. I do the best I can to logically put these videos together. It takes a lot of time and effort and resources, not to mention the fact that I'm not getting paid on any of these videos, just about none of these videos. So I'm going to peel the curtain back a little bit for just a few seconds and let you know that most of my videos get demonetized because I use popular music. And a lot of you will ask me, well, don't your videos get copyright striked when you do that? No. So what happens is when I use Prince in the last video, Prince gets money from my video, but I don't make any money on it. So you are allowed to use most songs. Some are blocked, like there's some Metallica stuff that you can't use, but for most cases, and I've never gotten one copyright strike in the entire life of my channel, what happens is the video gets demonetized. I don't make any money off it, and the only thing I care about with this channel, of course making a few bucks I suppose is nice to cover costs and all that, but I'm not in this for monetary gain. I'm just in it to share a passion that I have with music and cool videos and stories. So when I say things like, if you want to support me on Patreon, if you want to leave a super chat, that's the only way I'm making any money off of these YouTube videos. So I just wanted to mention that's just one thing that will never change. I'm always going to use the music I want to use. If there are little glitches or misses that I have, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. The microphone that I use, I do the best to make it sound the best I can. It is a pretty professional microphone, but I'm not an expert in audio engineering. Sure, I've been a DJ for 30 years, but I don't exactly deal with microphones a lot other than to scream at drunk people. So, so I try to make these videos as technically sound as I can, but my editing skills have never claimed to be some kind of Rembrandt. So I try to make them as professional and nice as possible. My main goal with these videos always is to have steady footage, because there are many videos that I've seen where I am like gonna throw up because they're so shaky. So just wanted to throw that out there. Anyways, enough about that. So I've recently been in contact with some pretty cool people, and I just want to mention this really quick. There is a gentleman from Toronto that has an Instagram account, which I'm going to link or put the hashtag up here in a second, called Liminal Assembly. Really good dude, based out of Toronto, and he is basically hosting meetups periodically throughout the year, and they're called loitering parties, where you legally just get a bunch of people together and go on tours and explore cool liminal places and liminal spaces and appreciate the aesthetic like I do. There is something called Loiterfest 2026 that's going to be coming up soon. I will leave a link in the description below about how to get tickets to that, and I will even be joining him soon on one of his missions, and probably we'll see some collaborations from us in the near future. Liminal Assembly, he's a really good dude. Just recently met him, and I like the work that he's doing. So lastly, also want to mention, I do kind of have a little bit of a friendship now with Chic. A lot of you guys know him. He is a pretty popular AI music generator that does like vaporwave stuff and has got it down to a science and makes some pretty kick-ass videos. So that's the music that you heard in this video, and expect to hear more of him in the future. I will also link his Instagram handle here, and you can also check him out on Instagram, and I believe he also has a YouTube presence as well. So go and check out and subscribe subscribe to him for more all the feels, baby. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Once again, you can follow me on Instagram at acesadventures1. Please consider becoming a Patreon donor at patreon.com/acesadventures, and feel free to leave a super chat if you'd like. So everything helps keep the channel going. Gonna do my best here to keep the content rolling as we head into the fall months of 2026. I hope you enjoy this video. This is Anthony, creator of Ace's Adventures. Once again, support one, or support all, not just one. Go check out everybody else in the community. Go check out the folks at DMod. Everybody else is doing this. Show support for all of the community because we all need your support. By the way, that window there is part of the old DeBoer's furniture store. Still there to this day. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble. Anthony, creator of Ace's Adventures. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you back soon with more content.